What's up, guys? Welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be talking about stocks versus cryptocurrency, which one I prefer, which one I think is safer bet, and which one you should be getting into if you're a beginner investor. Let's do this. So if you're coming here for a quick answer, I'm going to tell you that you should probably go with the stock market. It's generally a lot safer. It's consistently always going up, usually depending on which company you pick. And you always have the safe option of going with index funds, which incorporates a bunch of different companies together, and you generally are always going to be going up around like 6% a year. With the cryptocurrency, there is a very consistent chart with every single one of them. They all are stagnant for a while. They rocket ship up and straight back down, all within like a day or two. Usually they go up 1,000,000% and then back down 1,000,000%. That doesn't generally happen with the stock market. I know Tesla shot up very recently, but other than that, it does not look the same as the crypto market. But all these things, they go up 1,000,000% and then back down. Not actually 1,000,000, but you get what I'm saying. And then they generally are pretty stagnant since then. I personally have way more money invested into the stock market because I feel way safer. And I like picking out businesses that I like and I feel are safe. I think that I know quite a bit more about business than I do cryptocurrency because I really don't know too much about it. I don't know if there's that much to know about it compared to if you know about business and how it works. You know when a company is going to start to like raise their stock a little bit. For example, the moment that I saw that Joe Rogan was going to sign with Spotify, I knew this was a great time to invest into Spotify. And within a couple weeks, not only did Joe Rogan sign, but Kim Kardashian signed and Michelle Obama also signed, which blew the stock up, and it went from $160 where I purchased it at to $275 where I sold it at. So I profited about $100 per stock that I bought, which was $5. But now that I look back on it, of course, I'm wishing like, man, I knew that was going to go up. I should have spent more money, but you're always going to think that, especially when you do get a quick gain. And when you get a quick loss, you're like, man, why did I even think that that was going to be a good idea? For example, I invested into Moderna, which was about to be one of the companies that came out with the coronavirus vaccine, and they didn't end up producing it, which made their stock literally drop almost $1 a minute. So I sold it off real quick before I lost too much money. But generally, in the stock market, you can tell when a company is going to go up and when they're going to go down if you kind of understand how it works. Especially tech companies nowadays, they're a much safer bet because technology isn't going anywhere, especially with this whole COVID thing going on. Technology is still able to function, like Facebook and Tesla and Apple. And those are the companies that I like to invest in because I know they're generally going to be pretty safe bets. And then I also have a lot of money in stock airlines because I feel like they're not going to sink down too much lower than they are, but they're eventually going to start profiting once this whole thing clears up, if it ever does. But I generally think it's going to be pretty okay. So short answer, I'm always going to say that you should invest into the stock market first. But if you're looking for a humongous benefit, it's really gambling if you're going with the cryptocurrencies. In my opinion, it just seems like a total roll of the dice. Rather than the stock market, you can generally tell when something's going to be good and when something's going to be bad. If there's a whole shutdown, you know you should probably sell off your stocks unless you've lost too much money, blah, blah, blah. So that's the difference between the two. And personally, I just trust stocks a lot more. Again, I'm not an expert at this at all. I have less than $10,000 in stocks, so it's not like I have this giant $1 million portfolio. So take my advice with a grain of salt, but I do have money in both of them, and cryptocurrency, I have just been waiting for it to go up, but it's one of those things that it went all the way up and then it's going to come all the way back down and be stagnant for a while. Hopefully it goes up, but it's pretty consistent that all of the cryptocurrencies, at least on the top from what I looked at from the top ones, they'll have one spike that goes up really high and then it goes back down, and they're all pretty stagnant since then. So that's just my personal opinion. Again, take it with a grain of salt. Also, quick interruption. If you guys haven't yet, go check out my website. It's a footwear company called Off Axis Acrobatics. Use my discount code OffAxisTanner for 30% off. Pretty sweet shoes, and we got some awesome ninjas coming in pretty soon. That's the new model. They come in red, white, blue, and black. All right, so let's rattle off a few fun facts that I just looked up. The coin market is actually worth $276 trillion. Bitcoin takes up 60% of that. Talk about a monopoly. If you look at all of the charts of the Coinbases, that none of them really have a consistent gain as to where if you look at stocks, most of them have a little bit of a gain throughout their entire process of being a stock, but just coins are kind of just up and down with that big spike, and then they stay up and down. It's not really a safe bet. It's more like strategic gambling. The vast majority of investors into coins are millennials. Not a surprise. Literally every single website that I look at is completely biased towards whichever one. If it's a Bitcoin website, they're totally biased towards the Bitcoin stuff. And if it's a stock website, they're totally biased against the Bitcoin stuff. So yeah, this is a total war. Trying to figure out the best information to tell you guys, but it's so one-sided on every single website that I go on. If you haven't yet, click on my link below. That's to sign up for the Robinhood app. You'll get one free stock upon signing up for the app. Only 1 out of every 4 years, Amazon stock outperforms Bitcoin. One of the main benefits of investing into stock is that you own part of the company and you get a dividend every single month or every quarter or every year, depends on the stock, but they're going to pay you out a certain amount. Like the other day, I just randomly received $5 from Apple stock because I own part of the stocks. So that's just one of the benefits of going with the stock market. In crypto, you don't get dividends. To my knowledge, at least, there could be some cryptos out there, but I do not believe you get any kind of dividend. Another factor to consider is trading versus investing. If you're trading back to back on a daily basis, you might be more interested in crypto because they go up and down quite a bit, versus stocks are generally pretty level. Long term, you're probably going to be much better going with the stock market rather than the crypto market, because cryptos can just totally tank and go way down. Like the XRP coin that I bought at 44 cents when everyone was like, oh, it's going to go up. No, all it's gone was pretty much straight down for quite a while, and there's really been like no spikes. For the stock market, generally everything has about an average of a 6% gain, depending on if it's like the airlines or something crazy happens like coronavirus. All right, so in my desperate attempt to find more information on this stuff on the internet, it's come to the conclusion that if you're a millennial gambler, you're probably going to want to go with the Bitcoin stuff. And if you're a more business-oriented person, you may be older or just don't like the Bitcoin stuff, you're going to want to go with the stocks. I generally think stocks is a much safer option, and I'm probably going to stick with that, although I will have a little bit of money in each of the Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. That way when they do spike up eventually, hopefully, if that ever happens, then I can sell it off because I know they're only going to last one day at that price. Anyways, give this video a thumbs up if you haven't yet. It really helps out my channel, guys. Subscribe if you haven't also. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Comment down below if I should stop talking about stocks, or if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.